And fellas, divisional games, Damian Woody said Bill Belichick always says it's like a game and a half, right?
Yeah.
Particularly given that the Bears had the advantage. I felt like the Bears showed us a lot in their competitiveness, but ultimately the Packers win this game. What was the difference in your opinion?
I mean, I think the Packers are the more complete team.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are really good, and it's a testament to what Ben Johnson has accomplished all season.
Good, better, best.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing I was looking forward to most yesterday was watching that offensive scheme versus Hafley, because I think that both of those units on both teams are
two
phenomenal.
at the top, and
yeah, and it didn't disappoint. It was competitive. The play where you have the play action, fake end around, set up, underhand to the screen. I was like, how do you even come up with something like that? And it was a joy to watch. I just think the Packers are more complete. That defense is loaded. Jordan Love, when he's on, and he was on, is one of the better quarterbacks in this league. So, yeah.
I think the eye candy in Detroit that Johnson was the architect of maybe tricked people from realizing really what made that offense great is they ran the hell out of the ball, and this Bears team can as well. But it's the Packers that win. Are they as dangerous as anyone in the NFC swag in terms of being a Super Bowl
When they
champion?
play like that, they absolutely are. And when you think about the Packers from a defensive standpoint, I'm glad you mentioned Hafley. There was a lot of phenomenal things he did up front with simulated pressure, with pressure, trying to get guys in his face. He's using Micah Parsons as either a force multiplier to help other guys get their job done at a higher level, or sometimes finding ways to get Micah Parsons involved.
Yeah.
But I go to Jordan Love, man. Like, the sentiment that Jordan Love was a turnover guy was wrong. It was just such bad times when he would turn the football over. You look at this game, he played with an ease and a comfort and a surety. Having Christian Watson back is one of the biggest gets. I think we've always felt like they were good enough to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I think now schematically, we're getting guys back healthy. Josh Jacobs had a phenomenal night as well. As much as we talk about the pass game, it's a complete team with a defense that can absolutely put your lights out if they get a lead and it turns into a drop-back pass game.
Yeah, they were banged up at receiver. Watson coming back from that knee injury last year. You see the difference that he makes in that offense. We know defensively how good they are. We saw him play this Philadelphia team in a defensive battle. Wouldn't be a shock if they both made a deep run in the playoffs in the NFC this year. There's A.J. Brown, who was came up and said hello as we were doing our work, and he's getting his work in.
They used to be the size of a middle linebacker when I played football.
Swole Batman right there.
Brother.
He's a large human.
He's very good at football.
Also that. Also that. Football League wraps up with an excellent football game. Two good teams. You wonder what kind of impact a victory tonight could have on the trajectory of their season. Saquon Barkley, we know who he is. This season, he's less than half his total that he had a season ago. We know the injuries on the O-line, but he and this Eagles offense trying to get things going and grab a win tonight. The reigning Super Bowl champs come surfing into L.A. with a season of ups and downs. They started 4-0, including victories over the Chiefs and the Rams. They come back to earth with some losses against the Broncos and the Giants, but they're right back on board. Another 4-game winning streak, and then it heads in the wrong direction as they allow a 21-point lead to be squandered in Dallas, and then they get bullied on their home field by the Bears. Maybe trying to change the vibes, courtesy of Ashlyn Sullivan. A giant inflatable bunny showed up in the locker room. It's a positivity bunny. Sure, why not? Jason Kelsey with the head coach of the Eagles, Nick Sirianni, to talk about the state of the Eagles and I guess the bunny just a while ago.
All right, I'm here with head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, my former coach. Give me a hug, please. Ah! All right, coach, big game tonight.
I'm used to seeing you in this.
You know I'm uncomfortable right here.
You dressing like me going to game.
I would much rather be dressed like this. All right, question. What's the deal with the bunny? What's the deal with the bunny?
The bunny. You know, you don't see me in the locker room very much, so actually Bob just let me know about it. Guys.
That feels like something Landon Dickerson's up to.
That is the place for you guys to be as players without their head coach. But I know this, a lot of joy, a lot of confidence this week. And it's just something that, you know, I'm assuming it's just something to give us a little bit of joy right there. But it's been a great week of practice. We're excited to get out here, going against a really good opponent on Monday Night Football. Really excited about that.
Awesome, Coach. One of the other things that came out this week was that, from our network actually, that you've been more involved with the Eagles' offensive game planning. Why do you feel the need to be more involved now as opposed to what it was before this week?
You know, I'm always going to be involved. You know, my name's on everything that's out there, offense, defense, special teams. So always going to be involved in that. And I think it's, just a little more vocal in meetings. You know that, I mean, you've been there. You know that that's something.
I know that very well.
That's something, just to start off a meeting, kind of, talk through some of the things that are in, just bring some juice and be ready to go. So really pretty much business as usual. Kevin will handle it out there tonight, and I'll be right there to support him.
Staying with the offense has been struggling last 3 games. Points have been down. What do you want to see from the Eagles offense tonight?
Yeah, just consistency. Consistency with our coaching, consistency with our playing. And it's always going to come down to tough, detailed, and together. Handling the ups and downs of a game, being physical. We like to put our physical brand on things. Playing with great fundamentals, smart situational football, and we got to do that stuff together.
Well, there you have it from head coach Nick Sirianni. Coach, I love seeing you. One more hug. Oh, good luck tonight. Hug, Jacob.
Swag points this out, and it's worth reminding folks. This dude wins a lot of games.
A lot.
They get scrutinized, dissected.
Yeah,
he boasts the best winning percentage among all active head coaches, just under 70%, which even includes his playoff games and his counterpart tonight, Jim Harbaugh, who, by the way, is second among active head coaches with at least 50 games
coached.
Yeah, you can. High-level coaching on both sidelines tonight. Time now for the Sunday Spotlight, presented by Geico. It was a week that featured a number of significant divisional matchups. This rivalry's been great. I always say it's fitting that the colors are black and yellow and purple because that's the color of a bruise. Ryan Clark, you lived it, man. These physical teams see the old man run for a touchdown for the first time in a while.
Even Coach T with the discount double check.
Why wouldn't you? It's 27-22, and is this a touchdown?
Yes.
Well, they said it was. Isaiah Likely's got it. They say that third step, that's got to be an act common to football, whatever the hell that means. Baltimore's still trying to figure out what it means. Now on 4th and 5. I wonder, is he looking for Nuke in the back of the end zone? And, is it going to get there? Mark Andrews tries to squeeze it, and that is a victory for Coach T and for Pittsburgh. And
can you ask who's here, though? Is it Stephen A. Smith or is it Stevie A? Stevie A is the very positive analyst.
Let's find out. Is it Stevie A?
It's Stephen A. It's Stephen A.
Oh.
It's Stephen A. It has to be.
Stephen, I said last week on the show, I have a blind spot for Mike Tomlin.
Yes.
We
all do.
He's the greatest orator in sports, and he's a guy of substance who's been there longer than any other coach in the National Football League. However, I'm not deaf, and I heard Pittsburgh scream, fire Tomlin. I get that he's been there for a while. This week was significant. What do you make of the result?
First of all, listen, if anybody has a right to say those things, it's Steeler Nation. It's their fan base. They with them. They ride and die with them no matter what. And they've been there, and they know they haven't won a playoff game since 2016. That's the reality of the situation. We saw a Pittsburgh Steelers team rise to the occasion, which is typical of a Mike Tomlin team. When you count them out, when the odds are stacked against them, that's when they rise up in the regular season. And here's the problem. I'm sitting there yesterday as a Steelers fan, and I'm upset. And I'm upset that Ryan Clark is not upset, okay? And here's the reason why. Because winning this game likely puts them in a position to win the division. But did you see a team that had 8 yards of total offense in the fourth quarter? Is that going to win you a playoff game? No, which means what has been going on will continue to go on. And my attitude is, when is the same old going to be enough for us? Respectfully, Mike Tomlin, great man, great coach. You understand? We'll have another job in a heartbeat and we'll deserve it. Aaron Rodgers, great career, Hall of Fame. Not what he used to be, but he's no scrub. I'm looking at T.J. Watt. Good to see him show up yesterday. We know he's had some struggles this season.
Right.
But in the end, when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, we saw absolutely nothing that tells us they're going to win a playoff game for the first time since 2016.
This your team. Don't be looking at me. Y'all go ahead and do this.
Well, the first thing is you're a hater. Right, and we've had this conversation over and over again. You're the first man to ever be a fan of a team and be, I'm upset because they won a game. No, they won a game because they prepared. They won a game because it was a divisional rivalry, and Aaron Rodgers stepped up to the plate and made plays. DK Metcalf showed up. DK Metcalf was on freaking punt team.
That's right.
At the end of the football game, and the defense made enough plays on third down. And I say all of that to say I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. You're going to get the same thing from this team. This team didn't play in a way that says they can win a playoff game, but what the hell else are they supposed to do but go out and try to win every single game on their schedule, not lay down, show up that week of work, and be better than you were the week before. And that's what it's about.
He can't have it both ways.
Well, but
he can't call me a hater and say agree with me. It doesn't work.
I thought he did what you do quite well. I thought he set it up with the jab and then he landed. I thought he landed the overhand right.
It's a compliment sandwich.
That's beautifully done. That's the issue for Pittsburgh. They live in a place where they're not bad, but they're not great either. Right. And that's been the issue that I think you hear from Steeler fans. On the other hand, Swag, we have a Baltimore squad you spent some time with. I keep waiting for them, much like the Chiefs this year, to be some version of who they've been, and they're just not.
They're broken. They're broken.
Why? What is it?
The quarterback, obviously Lamar is not playing at the level. Here's the thing, too, all right? We got to think about where we come from as far as Lamar Jackson and the prism in which we hold him in regard compared to the way he's playing now. Lamar Jackson played well enough for the Ravens to still win this game, even though he's not the Lamar Jackson that we've seen be dominant. Have the back-breaking runs, the back-breaking plays, all of those things. Isaiah Likely, we all just agreed that was a touchdown. That may have been the game-winning touchdown in this football game. So, again, as much as we talk about the Baltimore Ravens, it's like the Chiefs. Something is missing. I don't know if it's the ability to make those critical plays in those critical times or if it's the dominant
identity. When it came to the Baltimore Ravens, you knew that religiously there was a defense that was going to answer.
They're still trying.
Right.
They don't have it.
Right.
They're still trying, though.
The other thing is this, too, though. Y'all missed how much Lamar Jackson was asked to do for this team.
100%.
Wide receivers didn't have to uncover by themselves because Lamar Jackson put pressure on the second level. T.J. Watt, who had 2 tackles for loss in the first quarter, can't squeeze down the line of scrimmage when Lamar Jackson was a part of the running game. He was asked to do so much, and now that either he can't or he's not, this is an average football team. This team was built up in a way where we thought they could win a Super Bowl if he was Superman. Right. Now that he's not being that, they are an average ball club.
An average team that held the Steelers to 8 yards of total offense in the fourth quarter.
Well, they both.
I'm just saying. Somebody got to say it.
But it was too average.
Somebody got to say it.
It's too average season.
Somebody got to say it. 8 yards of total offense in the fourth quarter.
You ain't always got to be the one to say it.
That's honestly why I'm like, what is all the excitement about?
Yeah.
Like, you won a football game, great. But you didn't play the normal Ravens, and you are not the normal Steelers.
Neither one in a wide open season. Neither team has the gear to be.
I'm excited to be here with y'all tonight. I've been like this all day. Yesterday, watching the Steelers Baltimore, I was like this.
Yeah,
but
that's the difference.
But you know what?
Gotta win the ones you play.
Honestly, think about that for you though.
Yeah.
As much as you love football, as much as you stay tapped in, watching the Steelers and the Ravens play was destination because of the physicality of the game. That part of it is gone.
Tim Hasselbeck made a great point on SportsCenter with me Sunday night that he felt the urgency was lacking on the Baltimore side in a game that was never the case. So there just seems to be a limit for both of these squads. We'll continue our conversations with Stephen A. as